Day 3 of work party. The list is growing, not shrinking. Today, luckily we have some good wind out so I can test the wind instruments. Oh, Sancho. I got my red LED light down here, so now I can be cool like Sarge. But first, coffee. You said we were supposed to be filming.
Uh-huh. Not while I'm naked. Stop it. Stop it. Strawberry.
Damn, that was the end of the pan.
Good.
Son of a bitch.
Take my love, take my land, take me where I cannot stand. I don't care, 'cause I'm still free. You can't take the sky from me. Take me out to the black, tell 'em I ain't coming back. Burn the land and boil the sea. You can't take the sky from me.
You're not funny. You're such a dick.
I think I'm hilarious.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So day 3 of work party. How's it going?
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Both a mess, and we have double the list of things to do than what we started, so it's great.
Yeah, about that. So boat list. Let's go through kind of a list of what we're doing and where we're at. You know, part of the reason why I'm putting this up on the channel is if anybody out there watching this has ideas or suggestions on some of these things we're working on, right down below here is a comment section. It would be cool if you were to comment with what you know, learning here. So kind of going through where we're at on our work party list. Work party list item number 1 is our hatches are aging and there's crazing going on, and the latch just broke away and fell onto the settee, so that's not good. I went ahead and used some 2-part marine white epoxy to try it, and day 2, so far so good, appears to be holding. We'll check on that long term. Work party item number 2 has to do with the GPS signaling. There is an old SL series, SL70C radar and chart plotter. Yeah, this is a dated system, but at the very least it worked well with the autopilot, which is a ST6001 Plus, right up until it started losing signal, and it would give a no fix error because it was losing GPS coordinates. Now the same was working with the AIS. When we would lose our fix on the chart plotter, the AIS would also lose fix, and so now we don't have AIS. That was a problem. I did find some less than optimal wiring solutions here on the backbone of the CTOC. The CTOC is a CTOC 1. It is admittedly a antiquated system. I'm not sure if the backbone is in good shape or if that is part of the problems. I corrected some of the loose wiring issues, which did not correct the GPS fix problem. The GPS receiver on the boat is a Raystar 120. It is an old system that, in doing some research, it may have trouble with some of the newer satellite algorithms for some of the newer satellites out there. It also involved a battery lithium battery inside, which over time goes bad, which I'm sure in this one is bad, which means it has to do reacquiring every single time, and probably accounts for the very long boot up time. It was mounted right down here on the rear rail, which is underneath the solar panels and a lot of other metal. And so one of the things that I thought is that possibly all this metal up here was inhibiting some of the receiving ability of the GPS receiver. To test that, it has been remounted on the davit to where it does have a much more open view of the sky. So I'm hoping that that is going to help with the situation. In fact, after repositioning the GPS unit, the chart plotter and AIS ran overnight without errors, so I'm hopeful that that's going to give us a little bit more life in that. The third thing on the list is an XT60 wind instrument that errored out a couple months ago on our maiden voyage. After a pretty decent gale, it started reading 180 degrees off. That I can calibrate out, but then on a subsequent trip it started rebooting and repowering itself repeatedly and randomly while under use, which makes it pretty much unusable. The higher the wind, the worse it is. Having to test all the way from the head unit to the transducer to see what it is that might be causing this problem. Right now we're at about 20 knots of wind and it's not erroring out, so we are still in the diagnostic phases of figuring out why the ST60 wind instrument is 180 degrees off, and 2, reboots itself. Fourth on the list, we have a hatch and a port light in the owner's cabin that leak a little bit. It's not catastrophic, but since it is in the cabin here and one of the leaks is over the bed, it's a little bit concerning, so that hasn't been addressed yet. Number 5, the swim shower here on the swim deck. You got your freshwater shower and the hose is completely destroyed, patched, leaking, spraying all over the place. That's going to need to be replaced. And finally, for the current list, the toilet seat mounts in the aft head have fatigued and broken, and those are going to need to be sourced and replaced. So that's my list. I guess I better get to it after breakfast.
Whoa! Yeah, so both of them have a leak, one through the handle and the other one in the upper corner.
Hey, talk to me, Goose.
So this one started leaking, obviously, right through here as soon as he started hitting it, and then that one started leaking.
Taking what they're giving 'cause I'm working for a living. Hey, I'm not complaining 'cause I really need to work, but hitting up my buddies got me feeling like a jerk.
It's hard to take away from your supervisory duties.
It's a little disappointing. Expected more from him.
Selling souls, rock and roll, any other game. Working for a living. Working for a living. Working for a living. Living and a working. I'm taking what they're giving 'cause I'm working for a living. Working for a living. Living and a working. I'm taking what they're giving 'cause I'm working for a living. Working for a living.
That's so funny.
The only reason why I think it's funny is because the camera's running. I'm sorry.
And that's why it's leaking. Old. That's just not gonna work. That's why it was leaking. And I won't bore you with the reassembly. All back together and sealed up.
Makes me nervous.
Actually feels like kind of a long day.
It's been a long day.
So we got to get stuff done, and now look at this.
How's that food?
Amazing. Thank you, dog. Thank you for joining us on our journey. We're showing some of the nuts and bolts by request. People want to see what we're doing to prepare and repair. Please leave your experiences in the comments section below. What you've learned, how you've done it, and maybe things we should try as we get ready for the next step.
Take me where I cannot stand. I don't care, 'cause I'm still free. You can't take the sky from me. Take me out to the black. Tell 'em I ain't coming back.